Woody on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Apparently not Justin Fields. I'm saying, our guy, he speaks. He speaks, and damage control immediately has to get to work. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assess the damage. What has been done to the Jets locker room? What has been done to the Jets organization? We're gonna assess the damage and look at ways that we can repair said damage. Come on now, it's Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a Jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
J-E-T-S, Jets! Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jets! Let's go!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there, baby.
Boy Green
meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi, and you already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Right here on the other side is the boy who became king. I was trying to see what's on his shirt. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll tell us. But this is none other than Mr. Paul Esden Jr. How you doing, my good sir?
My boy Justin Fields. I'm going to try to wear this shirt as long as I can. Shout out to our number one Austrian Jet fan. He made me this shirt. It says dual threat for life.
Low key, no threat
anymore. I don't think it's that anymore. And, I don't know how often, a Woody quote could come out and I'm like, you know what? I'm totally with him on that. But there is a quote that came out just recently that did. And it's this. When Woody Johnson was asked, what's the best thing about the Jets right now? He didn't hesitate. The fans. I think the fans are the best thing we have because they are true blue. Well, true green. Thank you, Woody Johnson, for that. And if someone asked me, what's the best part of Boy Green Meets Wudi? It's the fans, baby. So appreciate all the fans across our 5 destinations. We're reacting to all of Woody Johnson's comments at the league meetings happening in New York City. And I appreciate Woody Johnson hitting the discount double check, because apparently when media reporters came over to him, he said, I've got no comments at this time. And then he went on to take questions for 7 minutes, which gave us a lot of interesting insight. So thank you, Woody, for hitting the back pedal. We haven't seen every Jets corner do that this season, so I appreciate Woody still being able to do it at his ripe age. So there's a lot to get into here. Woody. I know there was someone that at one point gave you the Woody thing. So, like, who better? Woody versus Woody. Let's get into it, Woody.
Yeah. I mean, he said a lot of things. That quote that you might share might be the only thing that if I was in his shoes, I would have answered the same way that he answered. I mean, I feel like he just... he's made a lot of mistakes. I think the biggest, actually I can't even say the biggest because they were all big. Pause. It's just that he, I guess Woody's Woody, man. And I know people say he's the worst owner in sports and all that. He's pretty bad. He does not say as many terrible things as like Jerry Jones. I think there are other, bad owners out there, but he's just a unique flavor of bad,
I mean, again, it's not Jerry Jones. It's not a radio show. It's not press conferences after every game. We haven't heard from Woody since March. So that's the last time we heard from Woody Johnson. So, I mean, it's been a long time. So let's start diving into some of these. Let's throw them up and let's get into them. Let's go to Woody Johnson taking a shot at Justin Fields. And it sort of is also at the same time the vote of confidence for AG, but there's a lot of layers to that one. So we'll start off with Fields. So here's one of the quotes from Mr. Johnson. He said, quote, I just think defense and special teams are doing better. Defense is pretty good. If we could just complete a pass, it would look good. And there's another quote that'll have some other nuggets on this, which are even more shots, obviously, at Justin Fields, because that's who he was talking about. But let's start off here. Wudi.
Yeah, so this was also part of this was his explanation of a quote of he said he felt like some things have been turned around. Let me first strongly disagree with that first quote. I don't think nothing's been turned around. The team stinks, right? They went from, they won a couple of games without a coach last year. 3, I believe, without a coach last year. And now they have a coach and they can't win a game in 7 tries. I don't think it's been turned around. Has the defense and special teams looked better the last 2 weeks? Yeah. So maybe that's what he's trying to say. Like, in the last 2 weeks, we kind of, yeah, I don't think, I could sit there from the, bird's eye, which is where he sits, and say that anything's been turned around. Now for this quote on the screen specifically, this one is actually kind of hard to argue, though. Like the last 2 games, defense was on point. The Broncos had scored 20 points in every single game and then faced the Jets and only could muster 13. The game after that, they scored over 30 against the Giants. The Broncos have a really good offense, and the Jets defense specifically stopped them, held them to 13. Same number that they held the Panthers to. Special teams, Kene and Nwangwu, we've been waiting for him this whole season. He immediately doesn't disappoint. He keeps getting the team good field position. But to this quote's point, we can't complete a pass. So this quote, believe it or not, it's raw, it's honest, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
I think you said that right there. Like, because there's a lot of these headlines coming out that like Woody Johnson takes a shot at Justin Fields, and sometimes shots when those are taken feel like they're like opinion splash. Like, Woody, you're ugly, and like, geez, like I don't have anything to back that up. That's just what I'm saying. Like Woody Johnson saying, if we could complete a pass, while it's raw, that's a really great word to use. I don't know, 13 points the last 2 weeks held by the defense, and we've gotten 5 field goals and a safety. I mean, right, he's right. And here's more to that. Let's get to a bigger quote on it. Woody Johnson has confidence level in AG. Again, these two things are sort of intertwined with the Justin Fields comment, but this is, again, shout out to Rich Samini of ESPN. Quote, well, it looks like he's turning parts of it around. It's hard when you have a quarterback with the rating he's got. Cough, cough, Justin Fields. I mean, he has ability, but something's just not jiving. But if you look at any head coach of a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you were across the league. And again, talking about Justin Fields' inability to complete a pass. And again, true. The Jets are winless, obviously, so they have not been able to win with this level of quarterback play. That is more truth with Justin Fields so far, who has been the majority starter so far this season outside of a Week 3 Tampa Bay game where it wasn't a coaching decision, it was injury. And then obviously the most recent quote-unquote coaching decision was Justin getting benched at halftime.
Yes. I have a lot to say about that benching, by the way, that I haven't actually said on any of my platforms.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, but now is not the time either because we're looking at this quote. But now, yeah, this to me, this is the biggest burial of Justin Fields. The combination of these two, because it's just like, this quarterback stinks, which we do know. But then you say, if you look at any head coach of a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results across the league. First of all, I don't think that's true. I feel like last year, right, the reason why you guys were all giddy, don't look at me like that, Boy Green, because you have been saying he was 4-2. He was 4-2. He only threw 1 interception. You had your pom-poms going, right? Black and yellow. So it's actually quite true, like proven that that's not the case. Like, good head coaches can, put lipstick on a pig and make it look like something else sometimes, right? Andy Reid, I'm sure, that they would be able to win some games if he was over there in the Chiefs. So I would not say this doesn't make it harder for any coach when your QB stinks. Yes, of course. But we just saw Justin Fields have more success, enough success to trick almost every single person in the comments and this person above me right now into thinking that this was a good signing. So you cannot tell me that it's you.
Me. Right.
And so that's I feel like that is blatantly wrong. And AG, I don't think he deserves any confidence at this point in time. And so I think that last quote is definitely wrong. And I think, backing somebody who's 0-7 with this current roster right now, I think that's also a mistake.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's wrong, though, because, the player, right, have people won with Justin Fields before? Yes. Pittsburgh, obviously, 4-2, won with him. But he's talking about in this current moment of time, this version of Justin Fields that we have in the green and white, his rating, and you could use whatever stats, we could use things that are much different than rating to determine the faults of one Justin Fields so far this season. It seems nearly impossible to win with that version right now. Look at that. We just mentioned the last 2 weeks, the defense held the opponent to 13 points. Twice, so 13 points of Denver, 13 points of Carolina, and they got a takeaway sprinkled in there that was in the Broncos game, and they still couldn't do it. So I think that sort of says, as well as the special teams unit played, they played very well. The last game against Carolina, again, you could sort of nitpick some of the Isaiah Williams decisions, but on a whole, the special teams was great. Folk was awesome. McNamara was good, and that's the same case for the Denver game as well. So overall, defense and special teams played basically as good as you could have possibly played. You could have asked for more takeaways, I guess, on defense if you want to criticize. But beyond that, they played as well as they could, and the quarterback play just had to do something, anything, not even Pro Bowl. I mean, I'm talking about anything, and they couldn't get it from Justin.
Well, what you guys probably don't realize is that Chris Boswell last year was the best kicker for the first 6 weeks of the season. And I know you guys, are just stuck on 4-2. And I tried to tell you, I did try my best to warn you. I said TJ Watt is holding the opposite team to, double-digit points. To single-digit points, barely 2 scores. And then Chris Boswell is kicking 4 field goals a game. And you guys didn't, want to hear that. Well, guess what? AG keeps going for it on 4th down. AG has made terrible decisions that have left points on the board. So if he was not such a terrible coach, yes, I do think even at this level of horrific play, a better coach would actually kick field goals instead of going for it and failing time and time again and win a game. So again, Boy Green, wrong. I'm saying wrong. This quarterback, good head coaches can win games.
All right, Woody, let's take a quick detour. And let me ask you a personal question. If you had to rate our relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put it right now?
Right now, I don't know. We'll go 9. I'm feeling pretty strong.
But room for improvement because it's not a perfect 10.
Fair enough. Look at this point we're trying to make.
I mean, Rich Zamini says, Woody Johnson says he hugs Aaron Glenn every day and tells him how much he believes in him. We had a few hugs at the Jets-Cowboys game, but I saw that question earlier from Johnny Boy. And,
yes, I did see that.
Yeah, let me see. Question for PG and Woody. Would you like a hug from Woody after every loss so far? That'd be 7 hugs. Our relationship could be even better with that sort of intimacy, James Woody.
This. I mean, I don't even know what to say here. AG is clearly struggling.
Not getting one and done. I think that's what this clearly means.
Yeah. I mean, that's clear. But the last quote was also clear. Both of those, it was very clear. Which, it is what it is.
Do you agree or disagree with that decision? Because that seems like Zach Rosenblatt reported it in a separate article, like, hey, man, it's not happening. Basically, from everything I'm hearing, don't even think about it. And then now with Woody Johnson saying he believes in AG, he's seeing positive signs. He hugs him every day. It says, I believe in you. It seems very obvious that he's all in on AG, and that hasn't changed. So since he is unlikely to be one and done here, and maybe not just not like unlikely, like it's not going to happen, is that the right or wrong decision, James Woody?
Well, I mean, I think we've talked about this time and time again. 0-17. You gotta see the door, but that's not going to happen. So that's what I thought. I know you were right there with Woody. I think you was giving him hugs after the game. You right there in the hall talking about AG. Good job, man. Keep your head up, man. Don't worry about 2-minute drills. They're stupid anyway. No one even knows how to do those, right? That's a nonsense y'all be saying. AG, he's gonna be here next year. That stinks.
Stinks? That stinks?
Does that not? Yes.
No, that doesn't stink. That's great. I'm glad that Woody Johnson is convicted. He's not just wishy-washy. He's not, hey, I'm a hands-off guy. Just kidding, I'm a hands-on. Get the hell out, AG. He's committed to his decision. So I'm glad that, hey, I don't care all this noise going on out there. AG's my guy. He's going to be here. He's going to help turn this thing around.
Wow. You just love just not watching Jets football in January. It's disgusting.
What do you mean?
I'm talking, or after the season ends, right? You just love just being a losing.
Hey, let me take a look at the schedule real
quick. In mid-January, all right, you already know what I'm trying to say, Boy Green. You know what I'm trying to say.
18,
enjoy missing the playoffs every single year. Enjoy just being the absolute bottom of the barrel, being the absolute biggest joke in all of professional sports. Enjoy it. Take it with pride. Make jokes, because that's exactly where we are. That's what we see, the foreseeable future. Bottom of the barrel joke of all sports, not just the NFL, of all sports. That's who we are. And you're a little too comfortable with that.
For now. We're going to turn it around, Woody. Now, here's the thing. I see we got a super chat. Let me get this. I don't want this to get lost in the sauce. So let's go to our boy, Lou B.
Wow.
Woody Johnson basically just told us that JF, Justin Fields, will be cut at the end of the season. The fans need a quarterback that can throw. He can't even be a backup. And this also indicates something else we haven't talked about, Woody. So I'll just say it, and then we can get to it later. Rich Cimini has reported that Aaron Glenn is heading in the direction he's going to make a quarterback change, and Tyrod Taylor will be the starter, and he plans on announcing that to team/the media, because that's his next press conference availability, will be tomorrow when he announces that, and Justin Fields obviously will be going to be QB2. So we could get into that whole thing separately, but specifically as it pertains to this, that Woody Johnson going scorched earth on Justin Fields, despite it potentially being true, which we both believe the comments that he made were true. Is this what you take out of it as well, that Justin Fields is getting cut despite his $10 million guaranteed for next season, or traded at the deadline, or anything crazy?
I mean, yeah. How can he? I mean, I feel like if I'm Justin Fields, like, I'm trying to find a way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the owners out here talking about me like that, and I think that was one of the largest ripples from his comments, is that you just low-key killed Justin Fields, who already was clearly having confidence issues. The owner just came out there and just finished him, just, killed any hope of him, feeling better about himself when he was clearly feeling down, clearly having issues. And that, I can't lie, I don't condone. Like, I don't think that was the right thing to do. He almost certainly is going to play again somehow. Is Tyrod going to hold up for the rest of the season? We don't know what's going to happen. Is he even going to, play enough where now, like, AG might be, pulling a solid, like, oh, I don't know which quarterback. I just, eeny, meeny, money, mo. And, so to alienate somebody like that week 7, I don't think that's ever a good move. But that's exactly what he did.
I mean, here's the things I struggle with is that, like, what Justin or Woody, Jesus, what Woody Johnson said of Justin Fields is unequivocally true. And to be honest, I don't think he was ever pulling himself back out anyway. Like, they just played the Panthers. The Panthers are, I was going to say they stink on defense. That's probably not fair, but they're just sort of mid. They're meh. They're whatever. Like, that was Justin Fields' perfect opportunity to shut everybody up. Denver's really good. So, okay. Again, that was the worst performance of all time. So it's hard to, like, accept in passing performance history in Jets land of negative net 10 passing yards. But, like, if he could do it against Carolina, when was he ever going to do it? How long was this forever leash going to be? So, I mean, maybe we're just sort of addressing the inevitable here, and all the fans that want Brady Cook in the comment section, maybe that's coming quicker than anybody's business when he, like, you know, is that what old AG says tomorrow? That, hey, Justin Fields will be our quarterback, our third quarterback, and Brady Cook is getting promoted from the practice squad, and that's going to be, we're moving forward? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see what that news is tomorrow.
Well, I just want to point out something as we continue to talk about AG, the future of AG. We know it's solidified, but CBW, who is probably the most honest person we always have in the comments every single day, he's always speaking facts, talked about how, here's a trivia question. Do you know who currently is first in the AFC East?
Okay, wait. Let me get the trivia music. Let me get the trivia music here.
God, yeah. Everything doesn't have to be a production. You clearly know the answer.
It's the Jets. I gotta look back at the standings. Okay. Dolphins are in there. Buffalo Bills are in the division. Patriots, yeah, they're in the mix too. New England.
Okay, all right. Damn, it didn't have to be 25 seconds, but yes, the New England Patriots. Yeah, they seem to be a bottom team. I would love to get a soundbite of all the things you said about the Patriots and their terrible roster. Last year. But what did they do? They had a guy, right? A guy, former player. That's their guy, homegrown guy. He stunk as a coach. Terrible. They fired him. They got a real coach, and now they're the best team in the AFC East. And now you guys talking about, oh, we need to believe in AG. We need to trust AG. Every single right decision that can be made, the Jets consistently do the opposite. And for some reason, you guys clap and cheer as if they just made some great move. And we see in the blueprint. We see in the playbook. And we continue to do the opposite thing. So I just needed CBW shout out. I know, hey, come on now. You always tell it how it is. And that's just another example.
I don't know. CBW is always as right and honest as you say, but we probably don't have enough time to fact check all that. Let's get to a couple more.
So you have nothing to say about the Patriots' success and nothing. No.
I've said this on a previous show, but I don't know if I've said it here. I must not have. I was dead wrong on New England. I thought they were going to win 5 or 6 games this year. Obviously, that's.
Trying to tell you about that. Remember, you actually laughed at me because I was like, Drake May better than Justin Fields, and he was like, "What? You unproven? What? You got it's just like crazy. I feel like I'm like in an insane asylum, and you guys like literally think that what you saying is making sense, but it's not. It's not, Boy Green. And I'm here to tell you the truth. CBW is here to tell you the truth, and you can't handle the truth. My God.
Yeah, Drake May is currently in the MVP discussion right now, so that's it's not ideal. But I'll stand by what I said about the New England roster. That a good coach, I guess, can get some out of the roster that may be less talented, I suppose. So let's get to a couple of these super chats. I see Truman Dumel. Thank you, Truman, for all these super chats. By the way, you have 11 raffle tickets now, and we'll catch up on all these super chats coming in.
Wow.
Are we tanking? Wink, wink. And Wudi, I hate when coaches are fired after 1 year. What did you expect? Winning a Super Bowl? Be patient, brother. Also, how good is Mendoza? Okay, so a lot to unpack here. I don't think we're tanking. I think the switch to Tyrod, and again, we could get into that Tyrod piece because that's its own conversation to have. And And also AG. There's another part of that I want to get back to, but I want to get to we're a show by the people for the people. Got 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. So are we tanking? I would say no. Let's break this down in pieces. Are we tanking, Wudi?
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think.
Okay.
I think they're trying to win. I agree.
Okay, and I think that's what Tyrod Taylor, again, he increases your chances. How great are those chances we're going to see over the coming weeks as the team gets turned over to him? So, no, I don't believe we're tanking. Tyrod gives them a better chance. He has not had a negative 10 net passing yard game yet. We'll see what happens. He says, I hate when coaches are fired after 1 year. What did you expect? Winning a Super Bowl? Be patient, brother. Go to you, Wudi, on that.
That is so funny because you know, did I expect to win a Super Bowl? No. So are you saying that 0-7? That's what that means? Do you know how many different outcomes are in between winning a Super Bowl and being 0-7, like being the only winless team in the NFL? That's the ridiculous thing. But people keep saying that. For some of the people, that's the coping mechanism. Oh, we weren't going to win a Super Bowl anyway, so let's accept being the absolute worst team in professional sports. What? How about 3-4? 3-4. What about all the different records in between? 1-6. Give me 1-6. Make me so that they stop posting that same graphic every day of winless teams on NFL on Fox every time, right?
That's the list, right? The Jets, right? Yeah.
So, that's. I feel like that's shameful. Like, no disrespect to Truman. You already know you're my guy. I love the comments, but like I'm saying, like that mindset of we weren't going to win the Super Bowl, so let's just accept 0-7. That is, come on now. I can't accept that. I cannot accept that.
Yes, I think there is a line between me thinking every year we're going to win the Super Bowl and then being the only winless team remaining in the league so far. I think people's expectations were, positive signs, good quarterback play, hopefully, of like seeing those signs of like, look, and this is another part of the conversation I want to get into here, is that AG, according to Zach Roseblatt, so I have a full article. It's actually in the YouTube description down below. So Zach Roseblatt wrote a piece a couple of days ago, and he revealed that Aaron Glenn, the moment he was hired by the Jets, he immediately had his eyes set on Justin Fields, and that was sort of his plan. And that's a hard plan to have because there's all these things that are hanging in the balance, right? He was a free agent, but there was no guarantee he was a free agent. He was still negotiating with Pittsburgh. But apparently that was like his plan A, was Justin Fields. And that's who he wanted based on all these things. Like he played against him, Detroit, blah, blah. You guys can read the article down below. But that he went all in on that. And it failed, obviously. They're going to make a quarterback change. So that did not work. But Woody Johnson obviously is giving him a mulligan for that, saying, hey, man, you can't win with a shitty quarterback play. And on the side, he picked the shitty quarterback. So, like, he picked the quarterback that's sucking right now. So it's both on the quarterback decision of choosing the player and also your lacking of an ability that you thought you could get more out of him than others did. There was sort of an arrogance to the, we're going to let him play quarterback. And basically some of the other places did not allow him to do that. So AG is getting a pass by Woody Johnson for picking Justin Fields as a free agent. And by the way, I'm totally cool with that because it's not as if you invested the number one overall pick in this guy and he's terrible. That is stained and together with you forever. I got in an argument about this on Boy Green Daily this morning. I thought Justin Fields was the best and most realistic quarterback option the Jets could have gotten this offseason. I love Sam Darnold, but that wasn't going to happen, unfortunately. I think the people that scream for Daniel Jones, I don't think there was any way he was coming back to this media market, so I didn't think that was possible. So I think of all the choices they could have had, I thought Justin Fields was the best of not great options, but he was the best of that choice. Woody, I'll give you an opportunity here. Do you agree with that?
I can't believe you were saying that and you're not getting kicked off the air. We need to censor this man for spewing that nonsense over the airwaves. Especially since they came in with a quarterback. They literally came into the team with a quarterback on the roster, and they sent him packing for disrespectfully, sent him packing to pick up some bum off the streets. I cannot believe you just said that.
Never worked out. Do you disagree with that?
What?
AG and Aaron Rodgers would have never worked out together. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree. I think Aaron Rodgers is a smart man. I think he's trying to win games. And I mean, here was my hope, was at least they would be able to have a conversation and find common ground. But AG who thinks his shit don't stink, even though it's probably the smelliest shit in the world, the Taco Bell level. He, just disrespected Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers disrespected Aaron Glenn. He says,
no, he
hey,
didn't. Stop with all this teamwork bullshit.
I'm interested. He got cute.
Yes, that's a positive
AG. Does AG come off as a joking guy? Not to me. He comes off as a serious guy. Do you want to play football?
Is he a serious guy or is he seriously a bum? Look at he treats all these reporters with disrespect. Everybody with disrespect. What does he have to show for it? Damn, I cannot believe you are so deep in this Kool-Aid of just team rah-rah that you acting like AG has not done almost everything wrong. Literally almost everything wrong. That's how you get to 0-7, by making wrong move after wrong move after wrong move.
All right, let's get to the last part of this because I know we have multiple super chats. How good is Mendoza? Do you have anything to say about Mendoza? The only thing I know is that he is the projected number 1 overall pick. I've seen him in a handful of games this year. He looks really good, but I'm not ready to say he's going to be my guy that I'm circling on permanent marker or anything.
Yes, Mendoza, I've heard a lot of love. I heard, a lot of love for Simpson, a lot of love for Mendoza, Moore. Those are the names, and of course my guy Lenore Sellers. I'll throw him in there. So that's like 4 names that I've heard. My thing with this, and this is another thing, like what we just talking about, like, oh, okay, AG, you made the wrong choice. So here you go. Here, make another choice with our first overall pick. That is insanity. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That is batshit crazy. He made the wrong choice by a mile, and you want him to make another choice. No, take away the keys. Take away the keys. My God.
Well, here's the difference, right? So in free agency, as he's making a choice, his options stink. He's like, Jesus. I mean, this is not great. In the draft, as it currently stands, he will have his pick of the litter. He can take anyone he wants. So there should be no excuse. You can't get this wrong. He gets a mulligan for free agency. Again, I'm cool with the mulligan for free agency, but you can't mess this up. This is the most important Jets decision of this century. It's about to happen in this draft with which quarterback. And you know what, Woody, the more I've thought about it, I think I'm driving down to Pittsburgh and going. I want to go to this draft and see the chosen one that will be selected as the Jet savior. It's just a short couple 3-4 hour drive. I think I'm heading down to the draft this year, and I'm going to see it in person. But you know what? The choices will be creme de la creme. He will get his pick of the litter.
My God, man. It's crazy that people like this exist, man. just be supporting every dumb decision. Like this, it has to be a coping mechanism. Like that's what happens. Like, what
do you mean?
If you actually analyze it realistically, it would just be so depressing to realize that your team is so stupid that we just have to backtrack all that, eliminate all logic, and just say, "Oh yeah, this is a great decision. Great decision. Oh yeah, this is amazing. I'm gonna drive to Pittsburgh. Yeah, let's go." Let's go.
Here's another. I'll see you there, Woody. Here's another super chat.
Wow.
Who should basically, he's talking about the Truman Dumel again with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Basically, the NFL trade deadline. The Jets are 0-7. What's the plan for the New York Jets at 0-7 with the NFL trade deadline there? Is it sell, fire sale all over the place? Is it staying strong? Is it selective action? What is it, Woody?
For me personally, I'm not trying to sell or buy. This could be me actually acting like you for a little bit. I like our players. I'd rather, have Quentin Williams on my team than that potential extra first round pick if that's what he is worth. When we look at some of the other players down the line who would produce, decent returns, I feel like I would rather have the player. I cannot think of an exception to that right now. So I'm not trying to sell. I think the team is good. Or let me not say is good, but has a solid foundation. So, trading a foundational piece like Quinnen, like Sauce, like I feel that's just too much, of a loss. Buyers, I mean, we definitely shouldn't be buying nothing. We don't even We got to
I
keep
don't know
these
about that.
picks. Really?
Well, selectively, right? Jarvis Brownlee Jr. You can't just say, look at how he's looked. Look at Jawan Briggs. There have been.
I mean,
I'm not saying straight up buy, but like be open. Like, oh, wait a second, who's available? Buy. I wasn't planning. Like, I'll go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I got $100 in my pocket. I'm not planning on spending it, but it's in there just in case. Oh, it's a BOGO deal. Oh, all right. You can sell me. Oh, wait a second. I could get one of these chips, and it'll give me a sample of it. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You have to be open to potential of those at some positions of need.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, yeah. If the right deal comes along, and you named some great ones. Darren Muji, hey, Muji has my respect. Oh, Muji has my respect. I'm not gonna lie.
And your hair, wow.
Yeah, like he has been making shrewd moves, and they've worked out. Like these late or early season, late off season moves have worked out. So, yeah. Buying, but I'm saying like not with the mentality. Like I'm not going to the grocery store being like I'm about to spend this $100. Yeah,
you're not gonna say the Gerard Mayo quote. I got money to burn, baby. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be having that.
So that's what I mean. Like they're not buyers. Can they buy something? Yeah, sure. But I'm saying, yeah, we not buyers. One thing that would intrigue me, and I know this is gonna be controversial. So it's all good. And trust me. It's not going to be any worse than any of the nonsense that you guys have said in the last 18 months. But if you do want to buy and really, give this thing the old college try, why not send, if he's available for a fourth?
I'm going to write this down. I think I know who you're going to say. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Pick up the paper.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I guess let me get it on a better piece of paper. I have it written over words. Let me see.
Over words? Damn, you be writing words over words. That's hard to read, Boy Green.
Okay. Here it is. Okay.
Yep. Let's see it.
Okay. Let me see.
Damn. Oh, shout out to while you writing that down, shout out to my Instagram. Damn, blowing up with the comments. My guy, Oscar Flores, said Wudi foretold the prophecy in the summer. This team is cursed.
Am I right?
Showing some love. Oh, do we keep AG after this? Yes, unfortunately. Anthony. Oh, wrong black QB. Damn, wrong black QB. Shadur Sanders.
Oh, wow. All right.
Anthony Richardson. No, because I can't believe that. Let me just real quick on Anthony Richardson. He's just like another Justin Fields, like somebody where confidence is clearly the issue. Can run. Can barely throw. I mean, like he has a big arm, but like he's not an accurate or consistent thrower by any means.
Right, and he got like poked in the eye during a pregame warm up, and now he's out for a month. Like, oh Jesus!
Yeah,
but Shadur, interesting. Okay.
So yeah, Anthony Richardson, he's literally just taller, bigger Justin Fields, which you should have known. I would never want. But Shadur Sanders, he actually is an accurate thrower.
Sure, he was the most accurate quarterback in college football last year.
So I don't know what we're doing here. Like, I don't think he was a fifth round talent. I know all the drama and all that stuff, but AG, he needs some humility, man. He truly needs some humility. All this tough guy disrespecting everybody in the world type thing. He's 0-7. He's a bum right now. He's a bum. All right. He needs to look at the man in the mirror and change his ways. Quoting Michael Jackson, because they're 0-7. So he needs to and this is the cheapest way to potentially rebuild this team and get right back on track. Because now look at this. If you trade for Shadur, right, and now we building a team around Shadur, now you can trade that first pick for a king's ransom. And I'm being dead serious. And now you have the tools. That's what I wanted them to do with Darnold. When you had Darnold under contract, you trade the high pick, get a king's ransom, and now you've built a team around them. All right, the Dolphins did that, but Tua got too many concussions. But on paper, there was a very successful execution of that plan, and teams do that all the time. The Texans did that, and they haven't. I mean, they're about to miss the playoffs this year, but they haven't missed the playoffs since they started that plan. So you're looking at me. I don't think you understand, Boy Green, how tired I am of being the butt of the joke. I am trying to go to the playoffs. If there's a way to get to the playoffs right now, I'm trying to do it. But we're 0-7. I'm trying to get there as quickly as possible. Trading for Shedeur, accurate quarterback, young kid, obviously hungry, ready to prove himself. And then you trade the first pick back. You have a king's ransom for years. You most likely have multiple firsts that you can build around him. Even if he's not the guy, now you have the tools to go get a guy. So that's the only buying I would really go into November 4th thinking. But like you said, if something pops up, then, an offer you can't refuse. Yeah.
I appreciate any Godfather references here on the show. We've got 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. We got a ton of super chats. I just want to respond to what Wudi said about the trade deadline activity. And you're right. I'm not in any rush to trade away Quinnen Williams to get a future first, which of course could be assets to get other stuff. But like Quinnen is awesome. And he's 27. I'd love to keep having awesome Quinnen on that defense because that is clearly a position of need. So I'm in no rush for that as well. And CBW saying another 300 plus on Twitter. So 700 plus people in the room. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe on YouTube. All right, let's get into more of these super chats so we can try to catch up here with everybody going together here. Lou B, our super chats fan.
Wow.
$1.99 super chat. Thanks, Lou B. AG needs a decent quarterback and so much will change fast. Like, look at the Giants. Well, actually, that's a terrible example. They're 2-5. But
No, it's a good example because their fan base does not feel like they're 2-5.
Well, okay. Well, right. From a perception standpoint, I suppose. Washington's always the example I use. Like, they were a dumpster fire. Their ownership group was awful. Like, everything was terrible. They draft Jaden Daniels, and he masked so many weaknesses on that roster, and they did a lot of other savvy moves that all came together with Dan Quinn and everything, and they were in the NFC Championship game. So, like, a really good quarterback can change so much. It can make coaches look much better than they are, and everything just changes. So, Luby, I think you're 100% right. Now, can they get it? Whether it's a Shedeur Sanders surprise trade or, again, it's quite literally having the number 1 overall pick and you just get your guy and he's Jaden Daniels immediately. You're like, whoa, all right, phenomenal. We're back, baby. Like, maybe that's it. I don't know. I agree with this. Woody, something you do too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a good QB is going to make a difference. I disagree with – I really think the Giants were the better example. Because, like you said, so many different things changed. Like the coaching changed. Like, no, Dable is still there. Mm-hmm. Jackson Dart is now here, and they've breathed life into the offense. Right? They've won some games. They beat the Eagles. So now we're talking about if AG is still here. Can they bring in somebody and breathe that same life? And to be honest, no, don't be surprised if this dude AG. Next April is talking about, all right, with the first overall pick, the New York Jets select Boy Green, quarterback. Because that's how bad he is clearly at making QB decisions. No disrespect for you. I know you got a tight spiral, Boy Green. You got a tight spiral. But I just don't know if it's NFL, franchise QB caliber.
Sure.
And AG, he's already proven that he does not know anything about evaluating the QB position. Anything. So
hey,
I don't trust him. Don't trust him.
All right, let's go to DNY for life. Hey now.
Wow.
G hates losing. He will get us right. Patience, Woody. Patience, my man.
Yeah, I think the patience that he spelled like the asylum patient.
Oh yeah.
AG hates losing. That's news to me because he's darn good at it. He is the best.
There's a lot of season left. There's a lot of season left. If we switch this over to Tyrod, as it appears it's going to be going, maybe you can get the juices flowing. We start stacking some wins, man.
Yeah, that's just your classic Kool-Aid. Because I remember after the Bucs game, you're like, "Oh, we've seen Tyrod. We don't want any more of that. Get Justin Fields back here." And
definitely
then
not.
4 weeks later, that's what you said, word for word. That is what you said. Do you want me to pull it up?
I'm aware of what I said. Also, Tyrod didn't look great. The 2 picks in the Panthers game were not good.
The first one, Nah, you could. I would say
Come
you throw that to
on.
Emeka. What do you mean? Come on, I'm
Come
literally
on.
being
So
honest.
the one that he underthrew your boy Al Lazard. I thought you would have a little bit more gosh darn respect on the trick play. Whoop whoop whoop! Up Al Lazard, wide open, Tyrod. Lip noodle, incomplete, and then he's like, "Oh no, I got it this time, boys. Run that back, run it back." Josh Reynolds, intercepted. If he puts more mustard on that sandwich, it's a touchdown. Josh Reynolds was open. J.C. Horn made an awesome play, but Tyrod allowed him to have even the possibility of the play because he couldn't throw it accurately. He didn't give enough juice.
Accurate and power are two different things. Yes, he underthrew both of those, but I'm saying like that it's also personal. I feel like if you do that to Emeka Ibuka is catching that. Josh Reynolds, he's not 50-50 balls. And like, yeah, okay, he threw a 50-50 ball, and the other team got it.
That was a bad one. 4.5 minutes left. What was he doing? It was 2nd and 10. What was the rush? All we had to do was get a touchdown to tie the game. We had 4.5 minutes left in all our timeouts. Why would you throw a 50-50 ball to Josh Reynolds for no reason? On J.C. Horn, no less.
So do you prefer that? Fields just sit there and just get sacked for -8 yards?
That's my choices. Paul, I have two guns in front of you. Here's what one bullet does. Here's what the other does. This one, you're going to die a slow and painful death of -10 passing yards. Or this gun is a machine gun. It's going to kill you a lot faster, but it's going to be sort of exhilarating. The choice is yours. Wait, is there a third option?
That is the QB room that AG built, and now you want him to build another one.
Tyrod was already here.
And he made the choice. He kicked Aaron Rodgers out of town. He could have kicked Tyrod Taylor out of town. I don't even think he made the wrong decision with QB3. Brady Cook versus my guy, Adrian Martinez. He does not know this position at all. He doesn't.
Wow.
Well, one of those positions was Aaron Rodgers that you mentioned. And Macho Talk Sports, Macho, great to have you back on the show. Thanks for the super chat. Aaron Rodgers would have teased retirement all offseason. Well, here's the thing we know, unfortunately, from a personal standpoint, what Aaron Rodgers was dealing with likely would have affected him in the same way that the Pittsburgh thing did, where he had that other stuff, very serious stuff in his life where people apparently were suffering from cancer in his life out on the West Coast. And the Jets are on the East Coast. Like, I imagine he would have had to been pulled away for a large chunk of the offseason in the same way. So whether it was retirement or not, we could debate that. But him not being with the team, that would have happened for the majority of the offseason, unfortunately, because of personal stuff, Wudi.
Yeah. I don't think the Steelers are too mad about that right now. I feel they having a great time enjoying themselves. So I can't even, Aaron Rodgers, he was clearly the better quarterback, or the best option. We complaining about quarterback, we finally get one, and then the fans and our stupid coach runs him out of town. It's just it's really disgusting.
Another super chat.
Wow.
DNY for life. Who do we have next year if we sell off the good players? I will tell you this. I think no matter what happens, even if the Jets, because they have another game than the bye week. So the Bengals game. Let's say the Bengals destroy the Jets, right? And they go fire sale and they start screaming that from the rooftops. I think still there are untouchables on this roster that nothing is going to change. I don't care if the Jets lose 200-0 to the Bengals. Like Garrett Wilson, that's not going to change. Sauce Gardner's, that's not going to change. Like Armand Membu, Olu Fashanu. There's a handful of players on this team. We could debate 7, 8, 6, 5, whatever it is. There's a collection group of players on this team that are not getting moved under any circumstance. Do you disagree, Woody?
No, the people that you said, obviously no one from this draft class. So like a Mason Taylor, Malachi Moore, those guys. I'm not sure. I just hate that because, I'm just not sure if that is, a great foundation. Like I wouldn't put John Simpson on that list. I wouldn't put,
sure, right.
Our guy, like I want him to be a Jet for a long time. Tippmann, like I think the tackles, yes. But, that's why I'm not even trying to go down that road. I'm trying to keep everything as intact, especially that offensive line. I want the offensive line which hasn't been that bad. They haven't been that great. They definitely haven't been great, but they are way better than what the lines that we've seen in recent years.
It's
And they're
hard to
going to get better.
evaluate, right? Justin Fields' shitty level of play makes it nearly impossible to evaluate. Yes, whoever the quarterback has been, the offensive line has given up 20 sacks over the last 3 games. The offensive line ain't that bad. That it's 20 sacks bad. It's part of it is the shitty quarterback play.
Yeah, that's not even a question. That's not even a question. But yeah, I mean, I've liked what they've done in the run game at times. They've had great pass blocking games, but they're young, right? That's the big thing, So I do want them to be intact, and that's just how you do it, right? You get the young guys, all first round, second round picks, and have them grow together.
I love you, Ground and Punt. This is a random aside, but I just have to get to it because I saw this and it makes me sick. So shout out to Ground and Punt on Twitter. Why does Sauce look like he's playing Marco Polo when the ball is thrown his way? You see J.C. Horn's technique? Didn't Glenn decide on this roster? Whoa. Let's bring this back. So against the Panthers, he had 1 target and it was batted down. So Sauce, pretty good at the Panthers game. Let's go to the Broncos game. Courtland Sutton was facing Sauce on like 86% of his routes. He allowed 1 catch for 17 yards. Sauce is playing elite right now. Now, his inability to not catch, an interception, I think that's like getting mad at someone that, like, if you have a friend in your life that's unreliable and then you accept that as the friendship at the beginning, and then 10 years later, you're like, holy shit, Josh, you're super unreliable. I've always been unreliable. Like, we go to this, geez, Sauce hasn't caught any turnovers. Well, that doesn't seem to be part of his repertoire. I hope eventually he starts creating some turnovers, but like making, like J.C. Horn is incredibly, he's got incredible ball skills. He's done a wonderful job, but like, I don't like Sauce is really good. He is playing like an elite level corner over the last 2 weeks, along with the defense also turning around over that same span of time. To me, is not a coincidence. I just feel like people are just like roasting Sauce and making fun of him for things that, like, I don't know why we're making, like, the play has been elite. I have no criticism. We have a lot of things to criticize with this team being 0-7. Sauce is nowhere near the top of my list over the last 2 weeks here, Woody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not hating on Sauce. I do think the interceptions thing is frustrating, though. And to blow up your defense of that, in college, he had 3 picks every year in college. He came into the league immediately, and I believe he had 3 picks that year as well.
2,
Sorry,
I believe.
he had 2. He had 2, yes.
Yeah.
So we thought, that he had hands. Like, obviously, pass deflections were crazy, but, if he had an opportunity to catch, he was going to catch based on college. He had a solid start. But then after that rookie season, he went 2 years. And the thing about it is that it's not even like, they stopped throwing his way or nothing. I can picture a bunch of times where the ball just hit his hands and then hit the ground. Like, damn, like, did you see guys making acrobatic, doing all this type of stuff, and he just has, simple tip drill, can't catch the ball. So that's why, someone wants to, clown Sauce for interceptions. I cannot sit here and defend him because he has been horrible, like literally horrible at catching the ball. But in terms of, is he having a good season this year? Is he somebody who's worth attacking for their play this year? Hell no. Nah, he's been good. I think the tackling that you guys, have consistently criticized him about, I think it has been way better. And he's very consistently finding the ball. Like, he is one of the first people to the tackle. So I got no problems with Sauce this year, but just in general with the interceptions, like, yeah, he
Which, I don't know if that can be improved. We'll see. If anyone can, you would think it would be AG, who's a guy who had picks in his career, played the quarterback position at a high level for a long time. So we'll see. more work to be done. Sauce, this is not his final year with the team, so they're going to have a lot more time together to see. And let's round it out again. Any more super chats, guys? Send them through. We have 400 plus people in the room that I can see here. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We're streaming live on 5 different destinations. Shout out to our Instagram folks as well. Appreciate you guys everywhere where you are on Instagram. What do you got? Any Instagram shout outs you want to do?
Yeah. I was late. I shouted out a whole bunch of people before. My guy Oscar Flores, Chris B, Take Flight Today, Brett Hansen. I didn't realize it was popping off until we wrote down. You wrote down Anthony Richardson's whack ass name. But currently commenting as we speak is my guy, Indy Jets, the #1 Justin Fields fan in the world. He is out here. And he's talking about Sauce is good, but he's not great.
Oh,
that's what he just said. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. I do think he's great. Like I said, he cannot catch, but I think he is a great corner. I love that he's on the team. And again, I think you guys have disrespected his tackling.
Yeah, he's been very involved this year. The thing that I don't know if this is what he can improve. Maybe it's just his size. Like, I see him involved all the time this year, and then I see him immediately getting helped off to the sideline. Ooh, got nicked up from that tackle attempt I just did. So it's like, and I'm like, ooh, because like that, the layers of it, right? Tackle attempt. I'm like, Sauce is flying in there. I'm like, all right, there we go. And I see Sauce just doing one of these, and then the medical people are like sideline, and then I'm like, Jesus, all right. But he gets himself back out there, so it's not like he's out for games, but it is what it is. Tyrod Taylor, he's starting at quarterback. Apparently, Rich Samini's going to tell the team. Yeah, they're going to bring him in. Rich Samini revealed that Aaron Glenn will tell the team and announce it to the media and everything tomorrow at his press conference. The decision to bench Justin Fields to go to Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, is it me? This is when I speak? All right. This AG is a clown, and this is how I know. Like for me, this is indisputable proof that AG is a clown. For you to be asked, did you think about benching Justin Fields? And your disrespect, you want to fight with everybody. Come on, man. How can you ask that? And then 2 quarters later, bench Justin Fields. I have not seen a turnaround like that. I don't think in my life.
Oh, new information. New information.
What do you mean new information?
Okay,
quarters? What happened?
Terrible.
What are you talking about? Boy Green. How much
defended his guy. He defended his guy, which is what he's supposed to do at the point. Next week, are you thinking about sitting just Fitz? No, he's my guy. And by the way, he's been consistent. They all crowned him as a QB1. That's their guy. They pushed all their chips in the middle of the table for Justin Fields. So it makes sense that they continue to ride that train until you're like, you know what? I got to make a decision. I got to go away from this. That's got to be very difficult.
So how can he not? He can't acknowledge, like, if it's a possibility.
You open the door if it's a possibility.
What?
You open the door if it's a possibility. If someone asks me right now, are you considering removing James Wudi and putting a different co-host in? And I'm like, yeah, if I don't say, are you kidding me? Well, how dare you ask that question? James Wudi, my man. If I don't answer it like that, you hear me leaving the door ajar saying, everything's on the table. You're like, huh? What? Paul, I thought it was your guy. That's what happens in the locker room if he leaves that door ajar.
But that's the truth, though. That is what was happening. Because now you just look stupid. You literally look stupid. How can you ask that question when internally it's clear, or it's not even clear. It actually is not clear. Was he asking himself that same question internally while he was saying, how can you ask me that question? I don't even know, because he's so dumb. I don't know if that was the thought that he had then, or if 2 quarters later he was like, oh, damn, maybe he was right to ask that. Like, because I don't even know which one is which. But either way, whichever one of those is true, he looks like an idiot for handling himself that way. This was his guy. He saw that he was raving about it, like you said, right? He got the job. This was his guy. He was fantasizing about all the ways to use him. And now in 6.5 weeks, he's gone. He's benched. So what was all that hubbub for? What was all that for? Now you've killed the boy. Woody came out here with the real kill shot. And it's like, damn, like you just wasted all of our time. And instead of you to be a sensible fan to realize, like, wow, this guy just just added year 15 of the drought like it was nothing. But no, you talking about, I don't even know what you're talking about. We can trust him to try to do this again. Doesn't matter that he completely made the absolute worst possible decision the first time. Now the second time he's gonna have to pick a little later, right? That's what he said. Pick a little later. Bro, this dude, he is a clown. He is a bum. He don't know what he's doing. Like, that's what that proves. Is that he has no idea what the F he's doing.
He does know what the F he's doing. Justin Fields was so inept in the Panthers game. He said, I have no other choice. The game is hanging in the balance. I need to go to Tyrod at half, and now is my chance to try to win this game and change it. Sorry, Justin. We got to make a change. I love you, but that's what makes it more difficult. When you love someone and you invest in them, you want to give them every chance to fight out of it. And he gave him whatever the math is, right? 6.5 weeks to figure it out. And he couldn't. And he went, well, sorry, pal. Yank. Come on, man.
We got another super chat in the building. Shout out to all the super chats, man. You're killing the game right now.
We actually have multiple coming through, so we'll start with this gold brick from J-Boy.
Wow.
A lot of this fan base, including me, are going to hate when they trade away the quote-unquote core. Just remember this quote-unquote core has not won the entire time they've been together. I've heard that a lot, like with the Quinnen stuff. Like, hey, man, we suck with Quinnen. We'd suck without Quinnen. Like, I've heard people bring that up. And again, this quote-unquote core, this core is going to be here for the foreseeable future, folks. The contracts are the contract. Sauce ain't going nowhere. Garrett Wilson ain't going nowhere. And then for positional stuff, the offensive lineman, outside of what Wudi said, you have to leave the door open for a John Simpson or if you could trade the body of AVT. I heard there was a rumor about that a couple weeks ago. Or, you wouldn't move Josh Myers. Like I don't even know how that would work, but like for the most part, like your offensive linemen are sort of protected for the most part. Your freshly signed guys, Jamin Sherwood's another one who was just signed, so he's not going anywhere and he's played better. So shout out to Jamin Sherwood, but like that core isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Now, where we could get into debate is what does the core mean? The core means for me, Sauce, Garrett, Armand Membu, Olu, Jamian, because he's part of that core. Who else am I missing? Like Quinnen, I guess, who's part of a previous core. He's an older version of the core, but like that's it too. Like I don't know, man. I don't think the core, quote unquote, is going away anytime soon. And I don't think we could just tie it to the losing overall. I don't think it's the core's fault that they've lost.
Well, with your definition, your whack ass definition of the core, of course not, because they've only been here 1 year or
what other part of the core then is he talking about?
The core people who have been the most important part of the team for the last 5 years. We're talking about Garrett. We're talking about that incredible draft class. Garrett, Brees, Sauce, Jermaine. All right, Quinnen has been here. Quincy was an All-Pro. Like, what?
He gone.
I'm saying this is the core that we are talking about. The most important players of the team for the last 5 years. And I don't even know how you just defining people. I don't even know. You're just choosing young guys. Okay, all right, cool. But that is the core of the team that has been around, that have had success, that have won trophies. And unfortunately, the team did not win. And it's in spite of their success. It's not because of them. It's not their fault. And that's where J-Boy is talking about a lot of the fan base. This obviously doesn't include you, Boy Green, because you just, love this regime. Talking about, AG, all hail AG, 0-7. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting how much energy you are using to defend the horrendousness of 0-7. But anyway, talking about, the fans like me and J-Boy who love the guys who gave it their all these last few years, I'm going to be devastated. If I lose a Williams brother, I might have to call out of work
You
that
are
day. Like,
the loser Williams brother.
yeah, look at you. You celebrating. You about to do a cartwheel over losing a great player. Get out of here, Boy Green. Yeah, let me mourn. Let me mourn. All right. Well, I'm talking about the Williams brothers are my guys. I will be heartbroken when or if they, depart from this team. Brees Hall, that is a jersey.
Sure, that
that's
would hurt.
right in here. All right, but you out here talking about they gone. You out here doing dances and singing, celebrating. It's crazy. And for what? And for what? To hype up bums. To hype up. Oh my God, you're gonna make me have a heart attack on this show.
Like, okay, again, the core that will hurt. If Jermaine gets traded, that would hurt. If and when Brees gets traded, that's gonna sting. I'm not gonna celebrate that. I'm not like, woo, see ya, Brees, suck it, baby. Him. Quincy, it's gonna hurt. I like Quincy. It's gonna sting when some of those guys move on, and we'll see. Is that in the next couple of weeks? Is that in the off season? When are some of these band-aids being ripped off? I guess we're gonna find out. So yes, I need to expand the core out to some of what J Boy was talking about for sure, which obviously is Jermaine's, Brees's, Quincy's, and some of those cats. So it's gonna sting, but the rationalization of, hey, we didn't win with those guys, so hopefully, even though it's going to hurt like a ripped Band-Aid coming off, that we can rebuild, recover, and do more. Another super chat coming through from Hennessy Heisman.
Wow.
Justin Fields playing quarterback and not throwing is like Wudi being co-host and not speaking. You replace it. How about my boy Dart, though? Now, not everyone wanted him. Now everyone wants him. Either way, both are true. Not everyone wanted him in the offseason, and now everyone wants him.
Well, it's that now everyone is trying to claim, like, oh, we should have grabbed Dart.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. I hate it, too. It's the same thing with Sam Darnold. Bro, I was on a hill.
About the trade decision?
That I wanted to keep Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The trade decision of to keep him or trade him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2021. Everyone was like, oh, no. Oh, my God. Did you see Zach Wilson's pro day? And now you can't find anybody talking about that. Everyone's like, oh, should have kept Darnold. And I was like, bro, I was literally by myself. Oh, by myself in 2018. Or not 2021. Yeah. For that draft. So, Dart is going to be the same thing. Hindsight is 2020. Some of the proud that, actually said it in real time. And Hennessy is one of them. So cheers, shout out to Hennessy. Fields definitely wasn't throwing, definitely lost his confidence. That is not like me. I'm still out here, still confidently saying what I need to say, but he was definitely not throwing. I'm just saying, if you're AG and that's your guy, like, you gotta, I don't know, because if in 6 weeks, this show isn't working out, I think, Boy Green, we like, yo, this show, there's something not clicking. Like, how can we fix it? But with AG, he just, you out. And was it because of the question? Was he feeling the pressure? Was it his own decision? All of those we don't know. We don't know. And that's why I'm just saying he's just moving like a clown right now. He's moving like Bozo the clown.
I would say on the Jackson Dart stuff again, there are a few like Hennessy Heisman, and I know there's a few others. I'm not trying to diminish you guys, but it was a small amount. I pride myself on writing articles, doing podcasts, being in the thick of Jets Twitter universe and hearing what the fans are saying. And there was an overwhelming amount that said Jackson Dart sucks. There's no way the Jets should use a first-round pick on him. Like, that would be stupid. The earliest I'd take him is second, third round. All these other talk. Like, there's no way. Again, I want to repeat. I said this week on Boy Green Day. I want to repeat it right now. This is a perfect opportunity as we're about to head back into Jets draft quarterback waters that we all, as people, myself included, I joined that group and they all said Jackson Dart stinks. I'm like, all right, people, I agree, I guess. That if that's what the people that watch this thing tell me, that they have more insight than I do. But we all need to have an open mind when it comes to this quarterback thing. It's not just start ruling people out for whatever made-up reason we rule people out. Obviously, we need to keep all options on the table because, with Jackson Dart, Giant fans are 2-5. That sucks. Better than 0-7. But the Giant fans can wake up in the morning going, damn, we got our franchise quarterback. Jackson Dart looks great. He's throwing the ball. He's tough. He's got moxie and confidence and swagger and all these things. Giant fans should be very happy with Jackson Dart. But, like, a lot of Jet fans just rolled him out and said, no freaking way. And now look where we are. So, but the moral of the story is that, boy, I'm going to pull out the smallest violins in the world and whine for us because we don't have Jackson Dart. That's over. We can't have Jackson Dart. He's on another team. But what we can do is say, okay, moving forward in this offseason, let's seriously evaluate every option that's on the table, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we have no choice but to do that. I'll just say quickly about my piece with Jackson Dart. I didn't want to draft a quarterback in the first round no matter what. You know, my perfect plan, and I did say this back then, and I'll say it one more time, was to keep Rodgers and have Will Howard sit under Rodgers, which is low-key exactly what's happening in Pittsburgh. Literally, those two guys have been paired up. So somebody watching the show is just not anybody in one Jets drive. Once, it was clear that Fields was the guy, and it was pretty clear they weren't going to draft a QB that high to, hurt little Justin's feelings, then that's where I became, a warring warrior. But that didn't happen, and he's having a solid year in Indy. But again, I like Membu, so I have no problem with that. He's a dog. But with Dart, as soon as Fields was on the team, Dart, he just wasn't a possibility.
True. Another super chat. Man, you guys have been killing it on the super chats. Thank you so much for supporting the show. This has been awesome.
Wow.
I've been keeping track of all you guys sending in super chats, even though if I haven't been saying it on the show. So, Truman, you're up to 13 raffle tickets, and everyone that's been submitting so far, $3 for every raffle ticket. So you guys are all involved. So keep those coming. That's awesome. Truman Dumas said, I hate when coaches are fired after 1 year, not happy being winless. And those two things, of course, can be together. That or they don't have to be mutually exclusive. That, I do too. I hate when coaches are fired after 1 year because it feels inherently unfair. Steve Wilkes, wasn't he the one who was in, Arizona? Is that where he got boned on the one and done and got tossed out with his lunch meat? Like, man, it's very not fair when those situations happen. I wish New England would have joined that group because I sort of felt that Jerod Mayo was a disaster, but I thought New England was too proud of an organization to do the one and done thing. Like, and I thought that was great because Vrabel happened to be available last year. I said, man, he's going at somebody. If he's not going to New England, he's going to be head coach for someone, which in theory would have taken him off the market. So that's what I was rooting and praying for from the high heavens. Obviously, that did not happen, and they're looking very good right now. We still have both Patriot matchups still on the schedule this season for the New York Jets. But yeah, I'm not happy with winless either. Winless sucks. 0-7 stinks, but there's still games left in the season.
You could have fooled me by the way you acting, Boy Green. To talk about the coaches fired after 1 year, I feel like not all firings are created equal. Some people, if there's you got to look at the locker room too. There's a lot of things that if you have the locker room, you have the faith of the team. You've moved in a certain direction. You get to keep your job. Like you look at. Some of the names, I know a lot of you guys say Dan Campbell, but like there are other coaches out there that have started and whatever. Kyle Shanahan, my guy, that's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. So there
Jimmy
are
Johnson.
different factors at play. Yes, Jimmy Johnson as well. But like for AG, he really made this bet. Like he got the QB of his choice, right? Like he had one, threw him out, got his top option. A lot of things I feel like went his way, and he's 0-7. And he doesn't have answers. He is sounding like my guy Salah. Like he just doesn't seem like somebody who knows what the F he's doing. And, on the not being happy being winless, I mean, you already know I'm at the top of that list. So you look around, Jerod Mayo, right? He got fired. Now the Patriots, they currently sit atop the AFC East with a lot of the same roster. I know they went on a spending spree, so, they got some pieces, but, Drake May is still throwing to somebody who's named Booty. So that's all I got to say about that. What's his name? Urban Meyer. Right, that was another one who, was kind of like AG, disrespecting the media. Oh, it's Urban's way or the highway.
Did you just compare AG to Urban Meyer? Come on, Wudi.
I'm saying I have not said a false statement yet. I'm saying Urban Meyer, his way or the highway. He's out here, just unapologetically him. That's
Which led to some issues at a local bar, I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got fired. Doug Peterson, they didn't win the Super Bowl or nothing, but they did win the division. They did win a playoff game, which is still something that I'm trying to do, right? Like, so my point is that first year head coaches that get fired, there's actually been a recent trend of success. You brought up Steve Wilkes, right? Didn't that bring in Cliff Kingsbury, who then the Tyler DeAndre Cardinals, they went to the playoffs. Like I said, I am tired of being the butt of the joke. I need it. The playoffs. I need to be playing after week 18. And if we need to get rid of the coach to do it, then throw him overboard because he don't know what he's doing. He literally does not know what he's doing. And I think, if you look at the recent history of guys getting fired after 1 year, it's actually been pretty successful. So that's what I would do, especially when you have to make an important decision at QB and you already seen that he does not know how to evaluate the position. But we all talking to deaf ears because Woody, he's made his choice.
Let's go to Indy Jets. We need more of Woody. The 7:30 a.m. show needs you, buddy. What is your response, James Woody? Because this has been a colorful hour plus here on Boy Green Meets Woody on a Tuesday.
I mean, hey, they say early bird gets a worm, but worms are disgusting. They are so gross. They say the freaks come out at night, baby. I'm a night owl.
Baby. Wow. Okay.
I'm a night owl. I should make more of an effort to come through. The flagship show on the channel. Yeah, I gotta do what I can. But that's really what it is. It's purely like I'm a night owl. I'll be going to sleep. Literally 5 hours before the 7:30 show starts. So it's like, damn. So the dudes need more rest than that.
So there you have it. We have over 400 people in the room, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. What an awesome show! It was. This was not our intended show. If you get the alerts for my YouTube channel, you saw top questions answer ahead of the Bengals game. You saw a nice little thumbnail with Zach Taylor, Chase Brown. Oh, some Bengals thoughts and questions, and I had a lot of those notes ready. And then Woody Johnson said, "What now?" And we hit a pivot. Call an audible at the line of scrimmage, and what a colorful show from all you guys. $50 plus of super chats coming through here on the program. I mean, it was exhilarating. So thank you guys so much for the support. Again, that allows me to do this and even more so. So appreciate it. And Woody's getting closer and closer to all levels of monetization over there on Take Flight Talk, baby. Talk to him. We got over 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe both here. We're streaming live in 5 different places at Boy Green 25. That's the flagship station, as you heard there from Woody. But the flagship for Woody in terms of his YouTube channel is at Take Flight Talk. Woody, talk to him.
Yeah, we got some stuff going. I mean, we got this show, of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got the Woody 3, which, sometimes we out here we collab, but, the Woody 3, it's 3 things worth looking at. I'm not going to lie. Last week's Woody 3 killed me because I was so high on Mason Taylor. Literally just cut up so many dollar bills on FanDuel, betting the over on Mason Taylor. So I'm still trying to recover from that. But every take that is shown on the Woody 3 is highly, highly analytical. I have sources that pretty much the average reporter does not have. Okay, so when I'm pulling up numbers, pulling up stats, I guarantee you will be learning something for the first time every time that you watch the Woody 3. And then, we have Take Flight Talk. That's our flagship show. All right, that's me. That's Abby. That's Michael K. Not like
Michael K.
It's a different Michael K. Different Michael K. I know.
Yeah.
But this Michael K. He literally is an active college football player. The X's and O's, the way he sees the game, the way he breaks things down is beautiful. And then, of course, me and Abby come in with the, the stat background, the passion. So we are nice.
One of those shows, Woody?
One of those shows. I cannot lie. We do not have a defined day of the week, which is why it's real tough to build up the viewership for said show. But this week we're gonna be on Saturday, Saturday at like 4:00. So when I say like 4:00, it could be anytime from like 1 to 7. So don't hold me on that. But we're working on it. We're working on building the channel. All right, right now you already know Boy Green meets Wudi Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3. You know for a fact Wudi 3 is appearing on Saturday. The written version of that Wudi 3 will be on jetnation.com. Shout out to them. I love them. Okay. And one thing I did want to say, there was one last thing. This is a Jets take. Our guy, Hennessy Heisman, he said, we need an offensive-minded coach. It's a must. Unfortunately, Woody Johnson pledged his love for AG. But if they did just somehow regain sense and fire AG, my big thing about the new coach is that they have to have done this job before. We cannot waste our time on another first-time head coach. We will have to revolt if it's a first-time head coach. So given what Hennessy said, given what I'm saying, Cliff Kingsbury, who I just brought up a little bit ago, seems like a very solid option. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Woody was not a fan of Nick Ferry on our Monday show saying, I know the top guy that should be on their list. I'm like, oh, yeah, please let me know. Who is it? He's like, Minnesota Vikings quarterback coach Josh McCown, baby. He's in his third year of coaching and in the NFL. And I saw Woody did not like that on Instagram. So appreciate that. And so it does not sound like, Woody Johnson seemingly made it very abundantly clear that AG is coming back for next year. But hey, even Jake Asman, I saw him on social media, said, I don't give a shit. Basically, I'm paraphrasing what Woody Johnson said on October 21st. Let's fast forward to the end of the season. They're 0-17, 2-15. That just because he said he's safe now does not mean he's safe later. I went, oh, okay. I guess we'll see what happens.
We got to monitor the hug situation. Whenever those hugs stop coming,
let's get it on it. And then one more super chat to wrap us up here. Truman Dumel.
Wow.
I'm a big fan of the movie Anchorman, and there's the scene where you get all the broadcasters and they're attacking each other and they're recapping it. And Ron Burgundy's in his office. He's sipping a beer and he's like, wow, that escalated quickly. And then he's like, man, I think Brick killed the guy with the trident, So now we go to Truman Dumel here. Meyer kicked the guy. Yeah. If you guys forget all the crazy shit that happened at Urban Meyer's one season with the Jaguars, he kicked his kicker at practice. He kicked him.
Just like how AG kicked Justin Fields off the field against Carolina. I'm telling you, they're one and the same.
By the way, Truman, you now have 14 raffle tickets for our contest. Appreciate you. He did literally kick a guy, so appreciate that reminder. That was weird. And Woody Johnson's the one that roundhouse kicked his ass to the netherworld. So we'll see what happens there. But man, what a crazy! This was one of our longer Boy Green Meets Woody episodes. But hey, man, we're a show of the people. So appreciate all the super chats coming through. Thanks, everybody. We'll be here on Thursday with a third-party guest looking at Jets-Bengals, which hopefully gets spicy, and we should know who the quarterback is, at least for the Jets side on that one. We know who it is for the Bengals, Joe Flacco, ex-Jets quarterback. We'll see if it is Tyrod Taylor as anticipated tomorrow. More on that coming up.
Yes, absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing love. Indeed, Jets. You've been on my Instagram. You've been on your YouTube, my YouTube. So I appreciate you showing love and boosting all those algorithms everywhere, all over the place. And yeah, I can't wait to talk more Jets with you guys pretty soon.
Yeah, here's my final shout out, and it is what Woody just said. The super chats are awesome. Again, you can't get any better than super chats and memberships and money flowing from YouTube. That's awesome. But the free way everyone can contribute, even if you don't have the financial resources, is helping the algorithm. That's by liking the video and hitting subscribe. So if you're watching right now, you're one of the 500 plus people or 300 plus on Twitter. If you hop on over to YouTube, liking the video is free. Everyone can do it. Hitting subscribe is free. Everybody can do it. And that helps get my Jet Show and Woody's Jet Show in front of other Jet fans out in the universe. It's in that recommended suggested, hey, you're a Jets fan. Have you seen this? We're like, no, I haven't. And that's how it gets to them. The more likes, the more subscriptions that come out there in the universe. So, guys, make sure you take full advantage, whether you're watching live or after the fact. We appreciate you. We, as a combo platter, will see you together on Thursday at 3 o'clock. I will see you tomorrow morning as we dive more into the Justin Fields bench, Tyrod Taylor to the starting lineup decision. More on that coming up tomorrow on Boy Green Daily. Wudi, salutations, my friend.
Arrivederci.
God bless.